Well, COVID restrictions are easing in some parts of Europe. On Thursday, Spain dropped the mandatory use of face masks outdoors, though many people preferring to keep them on in the capital, Madrid. Similar decision goes into effect in Italy later today. Both countries have high vaccination rates, declining infection numbers, and lower hospitalization figures than previous surges of the virus. Seema Gupta reports from Rome.
This requirement to wear the masks outdoors was reintroduced back in December when we were seeing a surge in the number of infections driven essentially by the Omicron variant. And now, basically from today onwards, it's no longer required outdoors. That's it, though. The authorities are still saying you need to have a mask on you in case you end up in a situation where there are crowds that you can not practice effective social distancing. And so you would have to put on the mask outdoors, but generally no longer required. On top of that, they also said that nightclubs and dance venues can now be reopened. They have been shut as well as part of the control in terms of those surge in cases. Now, essentially, this is because, as you mentioned, the number of daily cases has seen a gradual decline in the last few weeks. I mean, back in January, you were seeing 220,000 daily new infections, and now it's about 75,000 or so in terms of daily infections. That said, though, the deaths remain, unfortunately, stubbornly high. I mean, just yesterday, we saw 325 deaths due to COVID-19, and Italy has now surpassed that 150,000 threshold in terms of deaths due to COVID-19 since the start of the pandemic. But essentially, as you said, the government making this decision, a calculated decision, because some 88% of the population over the age of 12 have got at least 2 doses of the vaccine. And so some are even questioning whether the state of emergency that has been in place here in Italy since the end of January in 2020, constantly being extended, whether this needs to continue beyond the 31st of March. We'll have to see. The government is said to be deciding on that. For the moment, though, it's very much in place.